You talked about a tremendous lesson that you learned. You shared this with me earlier, a tremendous lesson that you learned in terms of show business when David Ruffin transitioned out of the group.
Oh, that story. Well, to condense it all, David had been voted out of the group because of some conflicts. And so at that time, being sort of like a sixth member and having a lot of input in the group, I suggested that we sort of just tear everything down, go back to Detroit, and just kind of like start over. And there was a person in the meeting with the group that was part of the Motown executive influence. So he invited me out of the room, and I went down to his suite, and he said to me, okay, I don't want you to influence the guys about stopping what we're doing. He said, because 6 months from now, they won't know who David Ruffin is. So, to me, that was really out of school because, David was such an integral part of the group at that time. I just felt that the group really wasn't going to function that well without David. So, to sum it all up, about 9 months later, we were working in a theater. I came outside of the theater, and usually there were a lot of people out to get autographs and that kind of thing. So there was a kid that brought a program book for me to autograph. So he gave me a pencil, and I was starting to autograph this book. And as I was writing, I asked him his name, and I was writing. He said, why aren't you guys doing It's Growing? Oh. And I was writing. I said, well, since David left, and he said, who's David? So that was my first real lesson about this business. And that's why I always tell young groups, nobody is indispensable. So if you're having a problem, get rid of the problem immediately. Wow.